Welcome into this Line Vision update with UNA football coach Chris Willis. The North Alabama football team falls at Brawley Stadium this past Saturday to West Alabama 38-17. And coach, a strange game with a 51-minute lightning delay, but at the end of the night, you really just have to tip your hat to the Tigers. That was a pretty good football team on Saturday.
It was. They've done a good job. I knew coming in they were going to be a good football team, and he's got an older group. He told me before the game this is their opportunity right here to make a run at it, and beating us was a statement game. And hats off to those guys. They're doing a good job over there. I know what it's like. It's one of those years things are coming together. They got a lot of confidence. And we'll see moving forward. They've still got to get into the gist of their schedule. But, at the end of the day, we got to play a lot better. I thought our special teams was really good. Our return game, we made a kick, had some nice punts. But there's three phases to the game, and the other two didn't show up. We couldn't stop them, run or pass. And we just, kind of been behind the eight ball a little bit offensively since we started. And, we're battling through some injuries. We're trying to get some people back. It's just part of it. The game of football, it's strange. The ball does bounce in different directions, and it's frustrating. I've been here through a lot of victories over the years, and these last 4 years have been great. And it's not over with. We're 1-2, got a lot of football to play. We're great attitudes by the young men, and they're going to come over and they're going to work hard starting back tomorrow. We had a great meeting yesterday. But it's some work in progress here. I'd like to sit here and tell you we're going to win every football game, go undefeated, win the national championship. But we knew coming in there was a lot of things we were going to have to work on, and there was a lot of guys to replace and to see who could step up and do what. And as the season's going right now, we're starting to see some things. We see a lot of good, see a lot of guys that are going to help us moving forward, and we see some positions that are not panning out quite as expected. But maybe here in 2 or 3 weeks they will. I'm looking long term as well, and as well as short term. We were 1-2 in 2013, and we got it turned and ended up winning the conference. So we can still accomplish everything that we were set out to do this year. But we're going to play better. I'm not worried about the opponent. I'm just worried about ourselves and what we do as coaches and players here. And I told the guys the other night in the locker room, I said, let's turn the scoreboard off. I want to go out here and let's play and let's compete. And I don't care the score. That was during the lightning delay. I just want to see who is bought in, and it looks like everybody is. We all know what we're going through right now, and it's tough. And nobody wants to lose a game. Every coach, every player is coming over here to get better, and we're going to get better starting tomorrow.
Coach, before we turn the page on the West Alabama game, a couple of standout players that we can talk about from the game. Let's start with the wide receiver Austin Hicks. He had 3 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown, a transfer from Tennessee Tech. He's had a good stretch, I guess, the last couple of ball games for you.
He has, and, Austin's a big target, big guy, hard to tackle. I'm glad we've got him. I'm excited. Austin's another player that will be back next year. So he's really stepped up. The wide receiver corps has been really strong for us. But we got to get them the football, and we got to be able to get them the ball in different situations other than just throwing up the deep ball. And, that's just a combination between the offensive line's protection, the quarterback getting down his timing and rhythm, and with the receivers. And, I look forward to Austin Hicks moving forward. He's a good receiver.
On the defensive side of the football, Christian Taylor, a week ago, Gulf South Conference Defensive Player of the Week and Freshman of the Week against West Alabama. He once again had another strong ball game, leading the team in tackles.
Yeah, I think he had 16, I believe it was. Once again, he's a young guy, a guy we can build around. I'm excited about the future with him, and he's playing extremely hard. I get a lot of texts and phone calls from coaches within the league. They're very complimentary of him, and how good of a player he seems to be. And so, we're a young and up and coming team. And when I say young, I don't necessarily mean in age. Now, Christian is in his situation, he is 18-year-olds, but Joe Gurley's an 18-year-old punter. But we just got a new team, and we're still learning each other, still learning how to play with one another. And but we can build around the Austin Hicks and the Christian Taylors.
Next game up for the Lions on the road to Carrollton, Georgia, taking on West Georgia. A year ago, a thrilling finish in Brawley Stadium. The 2017 edition of the West Georgia. What do they look like?
Well, they just from what little bit I've watched on film today, they're a very good football team. Very comparable to West Alabama. I mean, I just think this league has got about 4 or 5 teams that can go in any direction at any time. We all still got to play each other. We've played, 2 of them right now, and I would say out of the 3 games we played, West Alabama's the best team we've played up to this point. I might tell you something different after Saturday. West Georgia looks good on film. They played their best game this past week. I think they look better offensively than they did last year, and I'm not saying they look bad on defense. They're giving up 11 points a game, but they're not as strong as last year's defensive unit, which is hard to match. That was an unbelievable defense they had last year with Dylan Donahue leading that group, and a good football team. It's going to be tough going on the road, and I just at the end of the day, I want to be able to walk into that fourth quarter with the opportunity to win the football game. I want to have a chance, and I want our guys to understand, what the West Georgia game means, just like it did the last couple of games. The Valdosta and West Alabama game, and that's another thing we're doing as coaches. We got a lot of new guys that are learning a little bit about the conference and Division II, and who is West Georgia, who is West Alabama, and so. It's just a lot of work goes into this behind the scenes, and other than just lining up, calling the play, and we're getting there. It's frustrating. Trust me, it's frustrating for all of us. But we know what's to come. The future's bright, and we're excited about where we're going with this. And we've got a lot of football left to play, and so it starts Saturday. I want to be better Saturday than I was this past Saturday. We took a step back. I thought we got better at Valdosta, but then we took a step back, and so we got to get better, and that's what we're going to focus on in all aspects, of the game, not just offense, defense, special teams. Even though we had a good weekend in special teams, let's get better. Let's take one of those returns to the house for a touchdown.
North Alabama in action this Saturday on the road in Carrollton, taking on the West Georgia Wolves. You can catch the game on 97.1 WBCF FM on the UNA Lions Sports Network.